In a university entrance examination, 65 of the students are female. It is found that 7% of the male students and 8% of the female students pass the exam. Find the probability that students selected at random pass the entrance exam. If a student is selected at random and passed the examination, what is the probability that the student is male? Okay, so let M be the event a student is male, and E be the event the student passes the exam. So if we draw a tree diagram for this, first of all we want to know if the gender of the student. So we've got male and not male, which is going to be called female. And this one here, because 65% of female, this one here will be 0.35, and this one will be 0.65. These two add up to 1, remember. So then they can either pass the exam or not pass the exam. So 7% of the male students pass the exam, so 0.07, which means this one has to be 0.93. And then the same for the female, passes the exam and not pass the exam, and it's 8% of the females pass the exam, and therefore 92% do not pass. Then we can work out the probabilities by multiplying. So it's male and passing the exam, it's going to be 0.35 times 0.07, which is 0.0245. Probability of male and not passing is 0.35 times 0.93, which is equal to 0.3255. Probability of not male and passing, so probability of female and passing will be 0.65 times 0.08, which is 0.052. And the probability of not being a female and not passing the exam is 0.65 times 0.92, which is 598. Sorry. So just repeating that. So there's the same tree diagram. We're asked to find the probability of passing the exam. So that will be the probability of E. So that will be that one plus this one. So it will be probability of being male and passing the exam, and the probability of being female and passing the exam using the correct notation. So it's going to be 0.0245 plus 0.052. Remember, these events here are mutually exclusive. If this event happens, these cannot happen. That's what we mean by mutually exclusive. That gives a probability of 0.0765. And the probability, we want the probability of being male, given that they pass the exam. According to the conditional probability formula, that would be probability of being male and passing the exam divided by the probability of passing the exam. The probability of male and passing the exam was this one here, 0.0245. And the probability of passing the exam will be this one, which is 0.0765. So we divide by 0.0765. We can write this as a fraction because it becomes 245 over 765, which gives a final answer of 49 over 153.